Hello, today I just wanted to take a quick look at these Faber-Castell Gelatos, and this is the translucent set. So they're described as being multi-purpose colour sticks and they're water soluble. It says that these add a hint of sheer colour and can build layers to create more opaque tones, and that they can tint artists' mediums, and also mentions some different surfaces that they can be used on. Paper, canvas, fabrics, wood. So I'd seen an artist called Sandy Hester on YouTube with this set, and when I saw the colours in it, I just really loved them and wanted to get hold of this set specifically. As I said in a recent art haul video, these have been quite expensive for a long time in England, and then I saw them drop down to £25 and got hold of them. I think though that the other sets of gelatos, so this is the translucent set, but I think there's like a metallic set and iridescent set maybe, and a bright set. I think you can get hold of them for cheaper than that anyway, but it was just this set specifically that I wanted. So I'll swatch them out now and have a little play with them. So inside you've got 12 of these kind of lip balm type sticks. And there's 2 foam wedges, one's like really soft one and one's a lot firmer. I'm quite keen to try this out because I've been looking for different ways of blending oil pastels, and nothing that I've tried so far has been very successful. So I think this really firm foam might be good for these, but possibly also oil pastels. And then you get a little triangular barreled paintbrush. So this is what the individual sticks are like, and they've got a name. We don't have any light fast or pigment information for these, so I'm not treating them as artist quality. Just curious. So less than you would with a stick of oil pastel, for example, but a pretty decent amount of colour. So this lovely dark purpley eggplant, I'll use some solid colour on the side and then swatch out with water on the other side. I think I said in my art haul video, I don't even know what I want these for, other than maybe mark making in mixed media. But I just fell in love with the colours. And thistle. I thought it's funny, this set's all got food names, except for thistle, unless some people actually eat thistle somewhere. I don't know. Like nettle soup, thistle soup or something. Let me know if you've ever heard of that. So some of the pigment stays put. In other words, it stains the background paper. And I'm doing this on Canson XL watercolour paper. And lychee. These are definitely more opaque when you lay them down than I was imagining, considering they are the translucent set, but maybe that refers to what they get washed out to. Then there's persimmon, which is a bit of a weird name because persimmons are like pale orange. Maybe there's a variety I haven't come across. I do like this colour though, just kind of a muted, gentle, olivey, yellowy, pastel-y kind of colour. Turmeric. That's one of the words I learnt this time. This last time that I was in France, curcuma for turmeric, because I was looking for some in the supermarket. And then hazelnut. So yeah, the initial laydown is definitely quite opaque. And then nougat, or nugget, as I grew up calling it. That blends out to a really pretty colour. And creme de menthe. Again, that's just lovely. And this is peppercorn. So kind of a dark brown sepia sort of colour. So when you're colouring with it, I've been getting a few of these little loose crumbs, but nothing too bad. And the last one, bergamot. So yeah, I think that's a beautiful selection of colours. I love all of these dark, moody, muted colours, and then 3 great greens. I like the fun pastel-y colours, and then some good earth colours. So I think I want to just take a look now at them in comparison with oil pastels. So I've got the olive here. And if I blend it out, it blends quite easily by hand. It's quite soft. And I just thought I'd show you what that looks like compared to a Sennelier, which is the softest oil pastel that I've come across. So it blends out in a fairly similar way. I'd say that the gelato is almost a little bit more watery and easy to blend. And just try that again with another couple. So this is the bergamot. Yeah, that's very, very easy and very even textured. Yeah, so if you're unsure what to expect from the gelatos, I'd say that they're like the softest oil pastels in consistency, and perhaps even a little bit looser still. Then I just want to try and see how they blend out with these sponges. I'm hoping that this firmer sponge will be a good thing to use with oil pastels as well. Oh, that's actually really nice to use with it. Yeah, that's great. I enjoy using that. Let me try the same with an oil pastel. Because the thing with the oil pastels, which are made of actual pigment, some of the pigments aren't ideal for absorbing into your skin. So I'm on the lookout for a way to use them without using my fingers all the time. That's not too bad. As I said, this Sennelier is a little bit stiffer. But this really firm sponge is holding up to it fine. Interesting, for me anyway. I'm just going to try blending 2 oil pastels together and see how that goes with the foam. Yeah, that's pretty good. I have tried using makeup sponges with oil pastels before, but they were that bit too soft. So this is the softer sponge that comes with the gelatos. And it can blend them, but I'd say that's a bit too soft really. That's not as enjoyable to do it with this one. You've got a lot less control at the tip. So I also wanted to see how the gelato spreads out when you add water after it's been quite rubbed into the paper. And my camera wasn't recording, but as you can see, some of the pigment still comes away. It's just a little bit more subtle than when you've got the solid lay down of the gelato. That was these three that I did that with. And the other thing I want to do is I've got a stiffer paintbrush. I just wanted to see how much you can kind of remove, and you're scrubbing it a little bit more. So you can lighten it up a lot, but it still leaves some staining behind. The other thing I wanted to try out is how well coloured pencil goes over the top if you're doing like a mixed media piece. So I've grabbed a coloured pencil. Okay, so there's some resistance where you've just got pure gelato that's been rubbed in. Yeah, and it's fine over the lighter washes. Try lighter colour. Yeah, so it's struggling where the thicker layers of gelato are. And I'd say as soon as it's kind of half washed out, then the pencil is able to stick again. Yeah, it won't go over the top very well. Okay, good to know. Kind of what you'd expect really, because just by comparison over oil pastel, if it's blended in, you can go over it reasonably well. Obviously not so well when it's quite thick. Okay, so two other things that I just remembered to try out as well. One is just using the gelato straight from the stick with a wet paintbrush. And it does pick up the pigment, and you get a nice soft wash of colour. So this being the translucent set, I'm kind of assuming that if you've got some of the other just solid colours, that you get more pigment and lay down from this. If you've got experience of that, just let me know in the comments in case anyone's curious. So yeah, just a gentle wash of colour from doing it that way. And then the other thing I just wondered about is how they work on black paper. So just try a couple of the darker ones. So that's aubergine, let's see, thistle, turmeric, and creme de menthe. Yeah, so as you might guess, the lighter colours, the more pastel-y colours that have obviously got white mixed in with them, show up the best. Let's see what they look like when they blend out. So I don't think they'd be my first go-to product for dark paper, though perhaps the more solid colour gelatos work better on black paper than these translucents. I've got a Talens art creation sketchbook out, and I thought what I might do is try and use the gelatos as sort of a wash of background colours for a scene. And I'll do a mixture of blending them out and washing them out with water and just take it from there. I don't know if I'll layer extra stuff on top of it or just see how it goes. I'm using this photo that I took a while back from a hill in our village for the reference. Okay, so I'll leave it there. That was just a super quick little try them out really, and that was absolutely great fun. They go down so kind of fluidly, but so kind of messily. There's no pressure for anything to be like super good. I hadn't particularly intended to just have gelatos. I thought I might end up doing other medium on top. but I think I'll just leave it there actually. On this paper, it didn't wash out as well as it did on watercolour paper, as you might expect. But one thing I did do this time, which I hadn't tried out before, was putting the gelato down when the paper was already wet, and I did get some really good areas of dark, rich pigment from doing that, and that was quite enjoyable to do. So yeah, overall, I'd say that they're just a really good fun medium if you're feeling quite playful, and I anticipate that I'll enjoy adding these into different mixed media pieces just for mark making, I suppose. Though doing a whole scene, obviously I was quite limited with colours in this, and I did wonder about the wisdom of doing a seascape when I haven't even got a blue. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. If you have any ways that you like using the gelatos though, please let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to read that and maybe spark some other ideas off for me. Oh, thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Bye.